this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your daily horoscope and energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra. So finally, Venus is moving out of a debilitated energy. When Venus was in Virgo, we were pondering and critically analyzing, and we were looking at love in a completely different perspective, right? We were much more conservative. We wanted to make sure that these were healthy relationships. We wanted to make sure that we were that they were really good partners for us. I mean, we were really getting down to the nuts and bolts of, is the union partnerships, and are they pleasing us? Are they good for us? Like, we had a lot of questions come up, and many relationships dissolved, and some were regenerated. Some of the stuff that happened during that time frame was it took the rose-colored glasses off of our perception of our relationship that we were in, and then it revealed the reality in the situation. Now, because of that, like I said, some of these unions did not make it. And if they did make it, many of them we have scars right now from these relationships. So it's about, for many of you, regenerating, looking at this relationship in a new way, a much more, I think we've humanized the relationship instead of idealized it, and we're kind of tattered and a little bit broken, and many of us have some battle scars. So good news is that Venus moves into Libra, and now it's about heart. You know, Venus is home, and it loves being in Libra. It is all about heart and love and passion, and it's all about beauty and pleasure, and it's all about feeling good. Harmonious resolutions. It's about negotiating positive outcomes. It's such a beautiful energy, and I can't wait to tell you how it's going to affect each one of your, either your sun, moon, or your rising sign. And I would really check out your Venus sign with this one, because this is all Venus related. So it's really important to, you know, I like to hear how my Venus, when Venus moves into a different position, I actually go check out my Venus sign, just because, well, my Venus has been in Virgo, and let me tell you, it was a very revealing Venus in Virgo transit for me, very healing, very beautiful. I was very blessed to live through it, but I don't want to do it again. So anyhow, guys, I am going to be right back to tell you how this is going to affect you energetically. Hi, Scorpio. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra. And when Venus moves into Libra, it is going to be conjunct with Mars in Virgo. And so this is about heart and passion, right? Now, at the same time, Mercury is going to be in Scorpio, and the Sun is going to be in Scorpio. They're going to be conjunct. And then we also have a Yod, which I talked about in November 6th readings, if you guys want to know more about the Yod, because it's super interesting. But so we also have a Yod all pointing up to ego, quincunxing and pointing up to ego. So we have a lot to talk about. Now, this is a beautiful, beautiful reading. This is just momentum. So forever, when I was doing my readings for you, I didn't feel like you kept having trying. And so you didn't have a lot of super powerful, motivating energy to want to push you to make, you know, just different choices and outcomes. But that's no longer the situation. You have powerful, powerful sextiles igniting passion and igniting your need to change your outcome. So Pluto in Capricorn is going to be sextiling Chiron and Pisces. This is about ultimate healing. Okay, so all of this stuff is going to be happening in your 12th house. And I hate you because normally every time I get a reading in any of my signs, when 12th house is highlighted, it's always fracking really bad news. But for you, you blessed soul, you get a great fracking reading in your 12th house. So this isn't about going through emotional baggage in your 12th house, sorting through old wounds, you know, and really looking through all these old boxes about karmic lessons and relationships. Hell no, this ain't about none of that. It's all about healing. Healing from karmic wounds. Healing. It's about moving forward in relationships and not having them be karmic relationships, right? This is about removing ego. And this is about energetically connecting with what you deeply desire on a deep burning level. Now, we've got Scorpio energy flying through all this Libra energy. So we've got heart, passion, love. We've got burning desire. We've got a yearning need to change our outcome. And we're very emotionally, well, you guys are really emotionally intense about this. Intense in a good way. Intense in a way that provides a momentum and motivation to move forward and to feel something again, right? To not feel conservative and not feel protective, but to feel energized and motivated to make an outcome and make a change that's powerful and exciting. And honest to God, it's about putting the mojo back in Scorpio, right? This isn't about deep interlocking fears, Scorpio energy. It's about sexy, yummy, normal Scorpio energy that I could just slurp up like a Slurpee because I just adore Scorpio energy. So I'm pretty excited about your reading. So, okay, that's the whole astrological side. Let's get to the intuitive side of the reading. And you know, this is about you're valuing yourself, you're valuing others, you're wanting to get kind of back out there, I think. This is about having a really healthy ego right now, but I want you to keep it down because you could quincunx. So let's not quincunx. Please watch the November 6th reading to understand what the yod is that I'm talking about, because all this energy leading up to, you know, ego, I don't want you to quite do that, because I want you to just bite just a whole mouthful of all this delicious energy. So you are getting an awakening. And this is about what you value and how you value, and about who you value. I think your values have all changed, right? And I think that you're willing to move forward in this energy, even with loss and even with disappointment. I think you're so intellectual about this energy, and it's because Mercury is in Scorpio and the Sun is in Scorpio. They're working together. I think you know that everything that happened to you up till now that had been discouraging, you see the whole point of all of it, right? You see why. And that actually gives you a sense of control over this. I mean, it's like you're holding a new seed, right? Or a new baby. The babies are just blank slates, right? For the most part, they have genetic predispositions, but they're babies, man. We can make them be anything we want. Of course, I mean, the freedom of will kicks in and all this other stuff. But if you're just looking at it like a slate, like, we can move forward with this. So I think where we were lacking the motivation to want to move forward with all the trine energy that we've been having. I think now we're feeling this awakening energy. It's almost like it's compelling us to want to change our outcome and do something about it, only because you're so intuitively connected with this crazy, fabulous energy that is telling you, it's whispering in your ear, time to make some changes, time to put passion back in your life, time to start over, time to like re-identify your ego. And you're just, it's so compelling to you if you're so energetically connected, like I know you are, that you're going to want to move forward. Now, if you work this yod right, you know, this could be awakening energy. If you work this yod right, this could be a need to change an outcome that you're so in tune with that it's, you unlock some potential that you didn't even know was there, right? But you have to do this. You have to be open and let go of the need to control your outcome and stay away from the negative part of the yod and go more toward unlocking the sextile, and that's at the base, and that's looking at everything on a bigger picture, a very broad scale, and getting out of victim mentality, right? Anyhow, guys, I know that you guys are feeling it. I know that you're going to love this energy. And again, we have 28 degrees to go. So this is something that's going to evolve, and just let it evolve and enjoy this beautiful energy source. Thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Sagittarius, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra. Whew. Okay, so we have Venus, when it moves into Libra, it's conjunct with Mars in Virgo and Jupiter in Virgo. Okay, so you are part of this experience. And this is in a good way. So this is all going to be happening in your 11th house. And the 11th house is a house of your hopes, your dreams, and your wishes. And it's really going to open you up to asking yourself some pretty big questions. Because after we go through the 10th house, you know, where we're looking for our career, life, path, destiny, the next thing we want to ask ourselves is, what is our hopes, dreams, and our wishes for our life? And so Jupiter is being very practical about that question, right? It's being very practical about moving forward, about partners, right? Because we only want to move forward with partners that are aligning with our career, life, path, destiny, and aligning with our hopes and dreams and wishes, and are not karmic relationships, because I mean, many of us have to learn from these karmic relationships in order to expose these parts of our lives. And so I think for you, there is some alignment. I think in the past you worked out of fear, and you often moved forward before you had all the facts, and so many things were usually hidden from you. And so I think you do have a more conservative approach, because honestly, you used to be overly optimistic before this, and so now you know the price that you pay. And so now I think that you really, ego plays a big part of you, but it doesn't motivate you anymore. It's more about balance and mental peace and about alignment with the purpose that you feel. I think you, above everybody else's reading, for some reason, I feel like you get it. The light is on, and you understand that you are here as a person to guide people out of the dark, out of limiting belief systems, and it could mean, because Saturn is in Sagittarius, really elevating your thinking and opening your mind up to possibilities that I don't think up till this point that you had really understood. In fact, what I think is happening is you are doing this on a day-to-day level. It's not like you're only working, it's not like your guidance system is working this way occasionally, right? It is you're living it as a day-to-day purpose, as a day-to-day lifestyle choice. And I think sometimes by doing that, you lead by example, and that there lies in itself all the motivation that it takes for people to move forward with you. It's not like you're having to be a force where you are up there standing up and you are pushing people or debating with people or allowing some big ego-based tantrum to show them how passionately you feel about this. You're so done with doing that. Like right now, what all of this is about for you is it's about leading gently through life and showing people that there's a higher purpose and an energetic connection, unlike I think most people understand. And I think that you are commanding it's getting attention, right? People are starting to look at you differently, and they're starting to put trust in you, and they're starting to see you as the healer that you always were. When you were ego-based, I don't think that people could see that because they couldn't get past some of that, that particular quality about yourself. You're moving away from that. And you're leaving that behind because you see that as being an old mindset. And you've had to leave relationships, certain friendships behind because they weren't able to follow along with this new path and destiny that you have for yourself. And that's okay, because you're going to become full again in that area as well. And I truly and deeply believe that we have 28 degrees to go through, and many different energies aspect a transit, and it evolves that transit, and it's like it unveils what that transit was always supposed to be for us. So I think you're going to find that some partnerships, especially for those that are single, you're going to find some partnerships that will follow along with this new awakening and purpose and motivation with yourself. And these are going to be all healthy partnerships. These aren't going to be partnerships that support the lower vibrations of Sagittarian energy, overindulging, ego-based issues, top of the yod. There's a yod on this day, and I talked about it on the November 6th reading. And so the top of this yod, you've got the sun and Jupiter, your ruler. It's aspecting, the top of the yod is Uranian energy, Uranus and Aries energy. And so if there are those Sagittariuses that are still stuck in ego, although I don't feel that too many are, what I think that yod, the top of the yod might be, is not so much ego as far as ego-based reactions, as far as I think I'm all that and a bag of chips. I think what it is it's probably a poor coping method that you do, that you're not aligned with, that's maybe interfered with really significant relationships in your life, like actual partners, that is holding the potential for those back. And I think there's still some thought that you're doing with that. I want to say that you're beautifully aligned and that this is a beautiful energy for you, and you've got 28 degrees of delicious energy to really, really reach the potential in this energy. I love this energy for you, and I'm so happy to give good messages. It is so much better being a motivational speaker for me than being a person that has to give out life lesson tips because I hate doing it. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Capricorn. This is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra today. Now, when Venus moves into Libra, it is going to be conjunct with Mars in Virgo, and it's going to be conjunct with Jupiter in Virgo. Also, we have, so today when Venus moves into Libra, we have it conjunct with Mars in Virgo. And it's going to be sextiling Saturn in Sagittarius. So when all of this happens, this really is asking us to take a look at passion, love, partnerships, but being very realistic about our partnerships. For you, all this stuff is going to be happening in the 10th house. Now, the 10th house, Saturn in Sagittarius is going to be sextiling Venus in Libra. Now, how lovely is it that the planet that usually gives us such great karmic lessons is actually really moving us away from karmic relationships. Now, we're finally starting to get away from learning life lessons and paying karmic debts, and it's about broadening our perspectives in our relationships and opening ourselves up to love and opening ourselves up to unions that support healthy thought processes. And so it's about removing idealistic outlooks from this. So it's about merging. It's about having an idealistic outlook, but it's not about making it to the point where it's illusional or delusional in any way. It's keeping it very practical. And this energy, wow, this stuff, when it comes down to practical energy based on reality and goals and outcomes that really honestly launch you forward, I mean, you're just kind of all about energy like this. And so for you, Jupiter really honestly in this, okay, so during this day, we also have a yod, and I talked about it in the November 6th reading, so please look at the November 6th reading if you have not already, and so you can explain the yod. But we have so Jupiter is a big player in your energy source to me, and it is quincunxing, Jupiter in Virgo is going to be quincunxing Uranus and Aries because it's at the top of the yod and the sun in Scorpio. So these are not in alignment. So your sun and expansive Jupiter in coping methods, it's not in alignment. So I want to say that for you, what's being expanded at this point is a need to let go of control or of an outcome. You really do need to really open yourself up to I see power struggles. I see that ego-based power struggles. Now, this isn't like combative fighting or anything, but this is just about, it's almost like how you identify your outcome is standing in the way of the outcome, I feel. And I mean, I think as you're walking away from this and as you have the knowledge to walk away from this, and as I said, the sun is in Scorpio and it is in conjunct with Mercury in Scorpio, this is about transforming a situation. You know what I think it is? It's about redirecting your coping method. I mean, you have enough in your life to redirect some of your methods, and it's going to only enrich a relationship that you're currently invested in, where you used to let anger and poor coping methods take over your life. You're leaving that behind because there's the knowledge that you could lose too much if you don't. And so you may have had a tough conversation about that. Maybe when we went through all that Venus and Virgo stretching and pushing and pulling our relationships, and testing them to see where they fracture or where we need to work on them. I mean, maybe some of you were feeling, you had some conversations about that gave you clarity, and you're able to walk away from some of these vices that you have. And I think that will be a challenge moving forward, but you have enough here. What I think this yacht is going to be an awakening for you. So for the next 14 days or 13 days, 12 days now, we are going to have a yacht, and it's a pretty important question for you. It's something that you seriously need to figure out, because what you need to figure out is how you can align Jupiter with your core, with a deep burning desire from within. And I think that involves some introspection. And I think part of this challenge is moving away from a poor coping method. It was like a past pleasure-seeking endeavor that you used to do that really strained your relationships and made them much more ego-based and combative than they used to be. And you're moving away from all that because I really think that you really want an outcome. But I want to say that if you don't heed this warning, this question, this universal spotlight, this where the universe is putting a spotlight for the next 14 days from the 6th on, I do believe that it has the potential to shake up your relationship, shake up a situation that is really going to throw your career life path destiny off, because you have to understand that this is all encompassing. This is all encompassing. Your entire purpose is to solidify your foundation. That is a Capricorn purpose. That means they must have their home, their family life, they must have their social status, they must have recognition, and they must have physical, tangible things. You've got a lot that you put as your outcome, and that can put a lot of pressure on you, and then can make you overly stressed out, and then you fall into these poor coping methods. And so I just think that there's going to be a revelation, and a relationship is going to start turning around all of this energy, and is really motivating you to check yourself and your ego and check everything at the door, and to expand positive coping methods, positive routines that enrich your relationships. Woo! Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi, Aquarius, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra. Okay, so all of this is going to be happening in your 9th house, and we have the yacht. We still have the yacht. We have the yacht until the 14th of November. And so, as you know, I explained it in the last astrological event. And if you want to know more about the yacht, you can watch the November 6th reading. So Uranian energy, Uranus and Aries energy, so Uranus, your ruler energy, is at the top of the yacht. And so the energy is speaking, the universe is speaking directly to you. And in this event, it is really honestly focusing on opening up your perspective on a particular issue. Now, of course, this is going to be an issue regarding a relationship, because this is Libra energy, and Libra energy deals with marriages, unions, partnerships. And so it is going to be emphasized in this. And so it's about taking a philosophical approach, or an intellectual approach to a situation that I think is emotion-based for you, especially since it has to do with partnerships. So your quincunxing, your ruler is quincunxing the sun in Scorpio, which is conjunct Mercury in Scorpio, and it is quincunxing Jupiter in Virgo. And so this can easily make a situation regarding a relationship go out of control, especially if you are working in a low vibration in the ego, right? It's going to definitely make that situation go out of control. So just be super careful, because we have a lot of energy. Look, anytime that you have quincunxes with your ruler, that it pulls your energy into a lower vibration of that energy. Now, sometimes because you have a really definite opinion a lot of times. So you actually are one of those few signs that I think really do well in quincunx energy, because that really puts a fire in your belly to change an outcome or change that energy source. You don't like feeling off, and you don't like the feeling of losing control over an outcome or a goal or a specific outcome. So you're not okay with this. Let's put it that way. So Uranus in Aries is also going to be opposing the moon in Libra. So this isn't a balanced approach at all. You're not balanced about jack nothing. Like, you are ego based. And of course it's squaring off with Pluto and Capricorn, making you even more pissed off and more energized to change your outcome. Because you know what? When challenged, an Aquarius is fierce, right? They are not above doing what it takes to get things done, and using their methods every trick they have in their sleeve to get it done, because they're used to getting what they want, because let's face it, they always do, because they're Aquarius. Because you think outside of the box, and you undermine your opponent. I mean, you undermine your opponent. Like, people don't expect where you come, that you're going to come out of. Like, it's almost like you'll fall back in a race to check out the competition and see where their weaknesses lie so you can move ahead. Like, damn, you're that good. Like, and so that's the way that you're going to be in this energy. So you have an outcome, you want a partnership. And you are definitely in control. You're in the driving seat of this particular partnership right now anyway. And here's where I'm worried about. If ego's driving this, right? If you got something based on ego and it was an outcome and you fought for it and you got what you wanted, I think what you're now doing is sitting there thinking, do I really want it? You are so funny. Such an Aquarian thing to do. And so what you're doing is trying to make a decision, and ego, it's super hard for you to choose a point. Okay, so you want what you want, and I wonder if you want it because you just want to have it because of the control of having it, or an ego, or do you want it because you really deeply, truly desire it, right? The sun in Scorpio is going to be conjunct with Mercury in Scorpio. And so this is okay, ego thinks it's got a hold of you, but it doesn't anymore. It doesn't over anybody, because ego has been challenged, and you're going to get challenged in November. It's so weird. You're like one of the only energy sources that I see being really challenged in November to change an outcome. And it's Jupiter is quincunxing Uranus the majority of November. And so I really believe that this is about setting aside ego and allowing, okay, where you need to expand and have growth and awaken is the fact that you need to get more in touch with your intuitive emotional barometer. Your instincts are dead on. Don't let ego make decisions for you, especially in partnerships, right? Or creative endeavors, or anything that you're super passionate about. Don't let ego be it. Let your intuitive connection to energy be your guide. Now that's super hard because you're incredibly logical, and so you want to make decisions based on, it's almost like you're so used to beating a dead horse that you don't know how to do anything but beat a dead horse to get what you want. But energetically, often you'll just keep beating that dead horse because you want what you want, but there's something else that you should be seeking. But I think you lose sight of it when you get fixated on an outcome. And so that's where I think that you're going to be challenged to unlock, is not relying on ego and Uranian energy and rebelliousness and thinking outside of the box and, the lower vibrations of Uranian energy. It's about putting aside ego and stop obsessing and stop seeking. It's about imbalance. You're not imbalanced with the way that you're doing things right now. It's like you've done something for so long one way. That's the way you get everything you ever want. And so, but you know what? It's not cutting anymore. I mean, every time you do it, you just walk away feeling less and less and less. And so I think there's some big decisions that you need to make. And I think you need to really redefine how you move forward with yourself, because this is about intuition, passion, and heart. These are all not things that we have as human beings a lot of control over, right? No matter how much you want to control your outcome, control situations, control people, control friends, control groups, and control the way that we move forward in the future, it's not that simple. Human beings are emotion-based creatures, and that's something sometimes you lose sight of when you fixate on what you want. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event. Hi Pisces, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Venus moving into Libra. And at the time that it moves into Libra, it's going to be conjunct with Mars in Virgo. So again, routine is being highlighted, and actually relationships in your life are going to start to ask you to align with a healthier mindset, and possibly going to challenge that. So the reason I say this is because Neptune in Pisces, which is your ruler, is going to square off with Saturn in Sagittarius. And it's going to trine Mercury in Scorpio. And the Sun in Scorpio and Mercury in Scorpio are all going to be, is going to be conjunct as well. So you have a lot of energy asking you some pretty big questions, and this is a lot of this for you. Now this is past based, but it's past based moving forward. It's not like karmic stuff. It is. You have had karmic relationships that you're assessing, but it's about moving forward passionately and opening yourself up to, you know what it is? It's about aligning with who you are. It's okay. So if we were to align with what our sun is, who we are deeply, and because you're pretty mutable and you're pretty easygoing, and there's a lot of energy aspecting you, asking you to be adaptable. So sometimes when you get like this, you can be overly adaptable. And so if you're around the wrong type of people, obviously you're going to adapt to their mindsets. And then, so for you, all of this stuff is going to be happening in the 8th house. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. And so what you need to do is get control over parts of your life. And I think partnerships will definitely be the key to help assist in that and bring some sort of motivation to transform your personal outcomes. I want to say that okay, what I see is that there's something so new in your life and something so incredibly different than anything that you have felt before, that it is generating a new mindset, completely new mindset. And it's very hopeful and very energizing to you. And what's difficult for you in this energy, I think, is to, as you're being opened up and brought, and your perspectives are being broadened, I think that's moving forward. I think, okay, so we have a yacht in today, and well, we have a yacht until the 14th, and it's all pointing up to ego, Uranus and Aries, and that's ego, but it's quincunxing Jupiter in Virgo and quincunxing the sun in Scorpio, and the sun in Scorpio is conjunct Mercury in Scorpio. So we have a lot of energies at play, and you're very, very susceptible to feeling all of them. You, okay, so all of this energy is opening you up, and it's filling into you, and it's going to take some time to decipher all of this energy and what it means to you. Now, you are highly intuitive, and this is Scorpio energy, so this is a fellow water sign, but not only that, it's going to make you, okay, not only highly energetically connected, but you're also going to be very connected to energy. So it's going to be very hard to decipher the messages that are going to be coming through. Mercury is going to help categorize all this information, and it's going to help you instinctually figure out what all of this is, but just allow this process to happen. Now, when a transit happens, it goes through 28 degrees, right? So we're in 0 degrees when we do this report, and we have 28 degrees for energies to aspect it and for it to evolve and manifest. So I want you to be patient with the message that you're going to receive during this transit. Now, it's a very, very transformative energy, and it really honestly is, it's an ending of a cycle of pain, I think, or a cycle of fear, a cycle of an era where you used to feel not hopeful about future outcomes, and now you're super hopeful about future outcomes. What I want you to do is try to align with ego in a positive way. So anytime energy is in quincunx, it's negative. It pulls it into the lower vibration. this quincunx. And as we figure out this yod, it's going to pull this energy into different sources, and it's going to unlock the potential of two energies, which is that Jupiter energy that's in Virgo and the sun that's in Scorpio. It's going to allow those energies to free up and give you the information that you need. But be patient for this information that's forthcoming. It is forthcoming. And when you figure this out, when you figure out this yod and you figure out what the message of Libra was trying to tell you, Venus in Libra was trying to tell you, you are going to get strength from this, and it's going to remove some of the emotional burdens that I think you're going to start to feel. I think what's going to happen is you're just going to feel a lot of anxiety for like no reason, right? Because you're going to be overstimulated in this energy, and you're going to feel a lot. You're going to feel very tired because this energy is really going to flood into you, and your brain wants to decipher, and that can be very difficult in energy like this. And so it's going to pull you into the squares and the quincunxes as you go through this process. But after we're done, we get this. Right? So we get a new idea, and it's almost like for some people it's going to be a eureka moment. It's going to be the piece that's missing, or the it's like you've been on a journey and you've been looking for the Holy Grail, and you find the Holy Grail after you go through this entire transit. Like and this has to do with relationships, so unions, partnerships. So this could be somebody in your life that's helping you turn around everything. But what you have to do is always remember that in the past you lost power in relationships, and you always experienced an imbalance, and then that fell into poor coping methods. And so moving forward, you have to have a firm understanding of where your ego lies in a healthy way, and then you defend that position with partners. And I think that's going to make you feel more in line with where your outcome is going to be, and allow you to be open and expressive, and to open yourself up to what it feels like to feel completely valued. But you're going to go through a time where there's something more. As you go through this transit, something happens, and it's beautiful. I'm going to tell you, like, it is going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more aligned, and it's like you've been missing this piece for a really long time, and you finally get it and see it. Thank you guys so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again on the next astrological event.